Hi, I'm Mark Richard Adams, post-production professional. Thanks for joining me today on Colour Me In for another post-production demonstration. Is Avid Proxy any good? Let's have a look. So we've got a little Avid project here with some media, okay? I've got a clip here. Let's put these two onto the timeline. Okay, they're clips and you can see the DNX HQ 1080p. All right. Now, how do we create these proxies? Pretty easy actually. Right click on the two clips and we go down to create proxies. Got a choice here in application or background. Avid generally offers you that choice. I'm going to use application for now. Click OK. Now it's going to transcode, which is good. Let's speed this up. And we're all done. This is great. But how do we figure out where the proxies are, how to implement it? So first things first, let's have a look at the clips. We've got now an orange icon in these clips, which is really handy when knowing what's proxy and what isn't. So that's a great feature from Avid there. But how do we know if the timeline is proxy or not? This is the way to do it. In the record monitor, you can see the play button. If you right click on that and just go to proxy preferred, you'll see the timeline changes to a beautiful, very bright yellow color, which might be a bit much for some people, but that's the proxy initialized, okay? That's proxy on the timeline now, okay? And you'll probably see that your timeline will probably play back a lot smoother. You can change the color, of course, if you go to the fast menu or the burger menu, as I used to call it back in the day. You go to clip color and you can see the proxy has a little checkbox and a color, and you can change that to whatever color you want. Okay, that's the way to get Avid creating proxies for you and editing those proxies in the timeline. But if we have a look here, Avid's got a new feature called proxy video, which is really handy. If it isn't there, if you right click on this bar, go choose columns, scroll down and you'll see that there is a proxy video. Just make sure that is selected if it's not. And it shows you that the original codec is the DNX series, but the proxies now has its own media attached to it, okay? And this is H.264 HQ. Now, you'll notice that that will actually change somewhat if you go through these modes. Where it says at the video quality menu, if you were to change that to, let's say, draft quality, you'll notice that these clips will suddenly change to DNX LB, so low bandwidth or a proxy. So depending on what video quality you've chosen to play back in, these codecs in the proxy video will probably change, okay? But whether it's DNX LB or whether it's H.264, you'll probably have a good system that's playing back with high performance. We know Avid has generated extra clips, new media for these proxies, so where does it keep them? But before we carry on, is there any chance you could give me a like or subscribe? I'd really appreciate it. Really helps me get this video out through the YouTube algorithm to as many people as possible. Thank you. Here, if you go to the Finder level, you'll see that on my drive here, you'll notice that Avid will always keep its media in the Avid media files bin. Obviously, the spelling and the spacing of that is very, very important, otherwise your media will go offline. That's where the media lives. Now, if we just step into it, we can see that there is always an MXF folder, and inside that MXF folder, there'll be a series of numbers. Generally, it's just a number 1 if you're working standalone. Number 1 means that that's where your media is gonna live. It's gonna be transcoded from AMA or linked into whatever DNX series you've chosen into this folder, okay? So working standalone, there'll always be a number 1 folder that's generated. You can create more, number 2, 3, 4, and put different media in each one. If you're working on a Nexus or a shared storage system, that won't be the same. It'll be badged with your computer name number as well, .1. But you'll also notice there is a proxy folder too. Now this is great. This is where I would expect to see that media of that proxy. This is really, really cool. So we've got the proxy media there. You see it's generated the number 1 folder. And there is the media there for us. Great. And what's also great, we've got the media database files here. So if you're having a problem with playback or some sort of other strange error, might be an idea to delete those media database files. Don't worry, they're non-destructive. So Avid Proxy, what do I think? I love it. This is a great feature. It's a feature that came in a little while ago, but we've been waiting for this for a long time before that. There are other applications that are better, I would say. Resolve and Premiere have a really solid proxy features, but this is very much required and needed from Avid, so thank you. The professional world, I'm not sure we're going to engage with this as much as Avid would probably like. We don't really work that way in the professional post world. But what I would say is the home user or semi-pro is going to love this. If you're working above 4K, this is going to be great for you. It clearly can do this for transcoding media, and it can do it for linked/AMA media too. So Avid Proxy, thumbs up from me.